Hey, what's up? This is Attila and welcome to Mini Licks. Today I'm talking about a technique, the sweep picking technique, which you can find a lot of lessons and tutorials too, but I've noticed and I figured that most of these lessons are a little overcomplicated and not focusing on the picking first and then adding the left hand, which I believe is the most efficient way to learn and master this technique. So let me share you the method that I used to learn this technique. So I'm well aware that these sweep pickings and arpeggios in general for rock and metal guitarists can be a gold standard to achieve when it comes to techniques, and I agree that it's a fun technique. It sounds super cool if you play it right, but also for many guitarists can be very frustrating because it's a hard technique, but it is, I believe, not as hard as it might look at first. It depends on how you approach the technique. I really like dissecting techniques and licks and riffs also, so that I can focus on one particular issue at a time instead of playing something super difficult right away. This is the same with sweep techniques, and there's a reason why the word sweep picking contains picking. So when it comes to sweep picking, I would actually first focus on the right hand, because if you have a good foundation on the picking itself, then it will be much easier to add the left hand. There's so many little details to pay attention to that it's, I would think, not as efficient way to approach the technique like if you would add just one at a time. So first focus on the right hand, and for that I think one of the best exercise, the best that I came across, the technique I am just about to show you, which would look like this. As you could see in the demonstration part, I didn't play any notes with the left hand, but instead I just muted the strings and make them sound like this, like ghost notes. I believe the sound can be a game changer when you practice any sort of techniques, but this one I usually like to set up like with the, not even a high gain, but you can use a higher gain setup and just turn the volume down until it gets just a little crunchy, but not too crunchy. And that's when you can achieve these crispy and more percussive sounds, because now we're focusing on the rhythmic value of this technique. Make it sound a little clicky like this. Okay? And then just put on the left hand on the neck so that you mute the strings and you get these ghost notes, or I don't know what they are called. Let's start with a 3-string pattern, starting maybe with the downward picking. So first you want to make sure that all the rhythmic values are the same. So if we're going downwards, it would sound something like this. Make sure that they're all the same rhythm instead of like this. Just make them even. Just practice this first. Once you get this movement down, like not picking every note individually, but just, as in the word, just like a sweep movement, just one straight move. It's a major thing. So once you got that down, then maybe you can add just one upstroke there so that you understand that change there. That's the first really hard step there. And again, you want to make sure that all the notes are even. So down, 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 up. Down, 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 up. And just work your way up when it comes to speed. Another good method when it comes to the speed and the sync with this technique as well, to me, was to use the metronome up until the point where you hit a ceiling, where you feel that you can go further, but for some reason you get really stuck. And once you get there, turn off the metronome and maybe play it twice a little slower tempo, which feels very comfortable, and then jump ahead and try to play it faster, 2 or 3 times maybe. In practice, it will look like this. Something like that. That's a good way to understand the movement of this change. And once you get this part down, the down, 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 up, maybe you can start to work on the other way around. Starting with the up, up, up. And then add the downstroke on the G string. And again, just work your way up with the metronome to the ceiling tempo that you have, and then turn it off, play it twice slow and 3 times faster. Something like this. And then once you get these two down, then you can combine the two together. First slowly. And always add the 1. That helps you to understand the change, to know where you're at with your control and just everything. It just feels more natural. And then again, you can turn off the metronome. So down, 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 up, 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 down. Something like that. And once you master the 3 strings sweep picking, then maybe you can start working on the 4-string version, which I played in the beginning. Maybe you can start with the downstroke, meaning down, 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 and then up, down, 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 up. And then starting with the upstrokes, up, 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 down. And then combine the 2 together. There's one thing that you might notice, is that I usually play, instead of a 90-degree, a little smaller than that. So if I go down, I go this way, overemphasizing it now, and when I'm coming back, I go back the same way. It feels like a smaller wrist move, something that is easier for me. And also I hold the pick not so much parallel with the strings, but with a bigger angle there, which makes it smoother and easier to pass each strings. And also to my ears it sounds a little better, it gives that extra pick noise, which I really like. But for some it works with this almost 90-degree version as well. Whatever suits you the most. Just try it out and feel what feels comfortable for you. And that's about it. Thank you very much. This was it for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson and hopefully learned something from it. If you have any questions or suggestions, just feel free to leave them in the comments section. Also, I got a Patreon site, so if you want to support me or get the tabs and other exclusive contents, you can click the link below. Thanks again and have a lovely day. Ciao.